Grabe! This bike is just really fun to ride. This is the Honda ADV 160, guys. Long-term ownership after around 1 year, and today I can't wait to share with you all of the things that I loved and some of the things that I didn't like so much about this bike. So go ahead and grab your favorite drinks, favorite snacks. I can't wait to talk about this, so just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Here we go! On our previous video, we talked about version 2 or the Road Sync. And ang major lang talaga na kaibahan, first of course, starting with the lower variant, which is the ABS. Sobrang similar lang talaga nilang lahat ng V1 at V2, except sa gilid, yung fairings niya may air scoop na yon. Then iba lang yung kulay ng emblem ng ADV 160, gold yung sa atin, silver yung sa version 2, and then iba rin yung kulay ng upuan, which is may two-tone na siya na gray color. With the Road Sync higher variant, top of the line, ano ba yung differences? You have a color brown option, and same may white lang but glossy. Of course, the biggest difference is yung TFT panel. Okay, may Honda Road Sync, navigation, music, controls. Dito sa gilid, you have the quick access, traction control, passing light, and yeah, for more info about the new version, please go ahead and check out that previous video natin. Lagay ko lang dyan sa taas or down in the description. So now that we were able to finally make it very clear kung alin lang yung mga major differences ng V1 tsaka V2, and I've made sure to communicate with you guys na aside from the things that I mentioned, everything else will be the same for this particular version natin that we have. So because of that, we can now proceed with my honest ownership experience. So we acquired our Honda ADV 160 last February 2022-2025, guys, and like I said, it's been almost around a year when I'm making this video. And if you guys know me, I always give my followers an update with regards to the ownership experiences, such as number one is yung ating plaka. Kailan ba natin nakuha? Or simulan na lang natin sa ORCR, mga dokumento or papeles natin. So we got the ORCR on March 19th, 2025. So less than a month lang siya, guys. 3 days before mag 1 month yung ating acquisition, na tanggap na natin yung ORCR natin. Like I mentioned on my semi-viral na shorts natin, no? Sabi ko doon na yun yung promise nila, almost 1 month yung promise talaga ng mga dealership, which is really not good. If like I said, hopefully our government, if they're watching, they could speed up the process, na the moment we are gonna be buying the motorcycle or even mga kotse, the moment we go out ng casa, syempre ready to go na siya, diba? So sayang din naman kasi pag hindi natin kagad nagamit yung ating hard-earned money, diba, na ininvest natin dito. Kasi ayan nga, almost 1 month hindi mo siya magagamit, so sayang naman yung mga araw. And nakapaggala ka na sana or nagamit mo na sana daily sa trabaho. And then another thing about the update natin, guys, sa ating documents or dokumento, sorry. May ano na to, plaka natin na receive natin ng August 31st. So yun, after ilang months din siya, from February, then August na natin nakuha yung ating plaka. So at least yung ORCR lang talaga yung pinaka-importante naman. So keep on following up lang talaga sa dealership. Yun yung ma-advise ko sa'yo. Ay twice a week ako nag-follow up, and bahala na makulitan sila, but we need to keep on following up. Then once we got the ORCR, yan, simulan na finally yung ating enjoy experience. Break-in period natin, ano lang tayo, yung regular usage lang, daily driving or city, ganon. So I advise kung paano mo gamitin yung motor normally, ganon din yung pag-break-in. Wag lang talagang masyadong babad sa high RPM. And ako, I personally avoided na mag-joyride muna sa mga matatarik na mga lugar. If alam ko matarik yung lugar na yun, di ko na siya pinupuntahan. Na yung super long stretch na matarik, iniwasan natin yan. So Not ano naman, pwede naman yung mga ano lang, quick lang, basta regular usage lang talaga ng motor. So yun yung ma-advise natin para safe yung ating break-in method. Then around 500 kilometers, first PMS, had a great experience with the Casa. Contrast to dun sa mga matagal talaga na entertain para sa akin, okay naman yung experience. I was impressed. It was an hour or under an hour lang talaga or more or less ganun. So okay naman, impressed din ako sa libreng wifi, may pa-coffee. So yun, as a previous Yamaha owner, na-appreciate ko rin yun na mako-compare natin yung mga kasa ng both brands. So far, okay naman. But take note, I think that it still really depends din sa location ng or aling dealership or depende pa rin sa kasa talaga na pinagkukuha na natin or kung saan tayo nagpapa-service. And then para dun sa nagtatanong guys with regards to mahal ba yung maintenance ni Honda IDV 160, I think okay naman siya guys. Para sa akin, affordable na rin siya in my opinion. Of course, compared to big bikes and sasakyan, this is gonna be one of the advantages din ng mga gantong 150, 160cc na scooter. So, ayun, ano lang talaga, tamang budgeting lang talaga. So, right now, I wanted to show you guys the accessories that I've installed so far. And then, after that, we're gonna be talking about more of the performance and the fuel consumption and all the other things in a bit. Okay, so I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate this scenic view right here and discuss na lang din yung ano ba yung mga na-install natin na accessories kay ADV 160. So yan, as you can see, so major top box, bracket, solid naman, K3 rack, and then phone holder natin, sobrang gusto ko, angas. And basically you can have more of that, you can see that naman dyan sa channel natin, sa playlist natin, di ba? Meron naman tayo dyan. You can always watch that. And ayan, dami talagang nagtatanong with regards to our touring seat. PCX seat lang po to na stock. Customize natin, pina-foster natin. So, always, you can always check it out. Nandyan lang sa baba yung mga links natin. So, going back, now let's talk about the pros and cons that I've noticed with the Honda IDV 160 natin. Let's start with the things that I really appreciated about this motorcycle and then talk about the cons or yung mga hindi natin masyadong nagustuhan or yung mga rumors about the ADV 160 that pag-usapan natin maya-mayang konti. So the first thing that I loved about my Honda ADV 160 is of course yung looks. I always tell you that it's very important that you're happy with how the unit looks every time you see it. So exterior and interior niya, I mean yung dash, yung kanyang instrument panel, yung handlebar niya, sobrang ganda tignan talaga overall. And then, yun yan, nasabi ko dati na I had this like stigma or life humbles you about scooters. So at least with the Honda IDV 160, siya yung pinaka less scooter tignan, if I'm being honest lang talaga. So yun, para sa akin respectable and very lakas ng tindig. So in terms of the looks, super happy with it. The second thing that I loved about my Honda IDV 160 is yung kanyang build quality. There's something that I wasn't able to mention during my comparison video, yung kinumpare natin si ADV 160 with the other scooters or options in the segment, especially compared lang with Yamaha. Like I said, I was a previous Yamaha owner. I thought I'll never switch from Yamaha, but now when I was able to test drive lang talaga, guys, if you can just try it out, iba talaga ang build quality ni Honda na motorcycle. So yun, ang tactile, napakaganda ng finish, ng paint job, ng lahat ng materials na ginamit, you will really feel it. Compounding everyday, yun yung ginagamit mo. Sobrang sarap talaga gamitin. And sa lahat din ng scooter, para sa akin sa segment niya, siya yung pinaka-versatile. Meaning, pwede siya like either concept like sporty or touring. Kahit ano yung trip mo dito sa motor na to, I've noticed you will see so many build setups about this ADV 160. It's just ano na lang, kung ano yung trip mo, 'di ba? Like, para sa akin, nagugulan nga rin ako kung ano ba yung end game or yung final form nito. But I already have plans for this. And then, yan, abangan nyo na lang, subscribe for that. So, that's the third thing that I love about the ADV 160. Accessories and parts availability. Number 4 that I loved about this bike is yung comfort. I think it should be higher talaga eh. Kasi one of the reasons why you'll buy this bike is the supreme comfort, guys. Suspension, sobrang ganda ng play. Then, mas lalo pang na-appreciate nung pagka nakaangka si Mrs. And then, of course, yung kanyang step boards din dito sa may paahan natin. Sobrang comfortable. You can relax your feet. Napakaganda pang long ride or even sa mga city riding like this one. And then lastly, yung kanyang wide turning radius. Sobrang daling imaniobra sa mga traffic. Kahit may angkas pa, sobra talaga yung ating uuwi ka ng hindi pagod. And in line with the comfort is number 5 is convenience. Especially yung kanyang compartment, guys. Under seat storage, sobrang convenient. It can fit most medium helmets gaya lang nung aking LS2 and yung aking Spider na modular, kasyang-kasya siya dito, guys. And I guess that's just really one of the best things about this. Pwede talagang hindi na mag-top box dito, to be honest, guys. Kahit may dala tayong mga gamit natin, laptop, camera gear, as if you're a content creator, okay na okay talaga yung underseat storage niya. Nagta-top box lang talaga ako if I know that si Mrs. is angkas sa atin. So, if you're not like me and there are a lot of days na hindi naman solo lang kayo, then I can say that you won't need a top box talaga dito kung space lang pag-uusapan. And then, speaking of space na rin, guys, yung meron siyang pocket dito sa gilid, left compartment with power socket pa siya. Lagayan na natin ng gloves. I have a place to store my gloves all the time. And at the same time, if you're a content creator, like I said, or you're someone who likes to go out on adventures all the time, then having that power socket is gonna be very convenient. So number 6 natin, guys, is still in line actually with convenience, and that is the ADV 160 has a handlebar. So because of this, you can actually install so many mounts and accessories gaya na ito, phone holder that we have. We can also put in there yung bottle holder. That's also a great one. And you can also put other accessories for your cameras if you're a content creator, and so many more. So because of that, compared with the other options in the market, siya yung naka-handlebar. So that makes it very special then if that suits your lifestyle. So reason number 7 why you should be buying the ADV 160 is yung kanyang features. Number 1 is yung kanyang keyless system. So, sobrang convenient din, guys. Hindi na kailangan hanapin dito sa gilid yung slot ng susi natin, diba? And then, next is, of course, again, side pocket charger. Meron siya digital instrument cluster, lalong-lalo na if you're gonna be going for the Honda ADV Road Sync variant, navigation of music, and yung maps natin, diba? And then, next is, special din para sa yung meron siyang hazard lights. So that's also great for emergencies. Then one of the important features din yan. And then next is idling start-stop system, guys. Sobrang na-appreciate ko to, lalong-lalo na with mga stoplights na over 1 minute or 'di ba may mga sobrang tagal talaga na stoplight. So yun, sobrang na-appreciate ko. Ang bilis niyang suminde, ang bilis niyang mag-start, konting piga lang, and then harurot na kaagad. So that's also why it's great for fuel consumption. And then next is kanyang horn, para sa akin is also loud enough. Kasi ayan nga, yung ibang most motorcycles or scooters kasi parang ang cute nung horn, but with the ADV 160 sobrang okay yung horn niya. And then lastly, yung kanyang naka LED na siya, headlights and taillights, all LEDs. So great features for its price. At the same time, yung kanyang safety, which is top 8 or reason number 8 natin, is still in line with features, is yung anti-theft alarm, anti-lock braking system, yung kanyang dual disc brakes, okay, napakaganda nun, and then side stand kill switch as well. So okay na okay in terms of safety, sobrang okay ka talaga dito. Reason number 9, guys, why I love this ADV 160 and why I chose it is because of the reliability. You should choose this bike if you're someone who really wants that solid build quality. At the same time, yung kanyang maintenance, you have the peace of mind, sobrang daming dealerships available. And then, yung kanyang exhaust pipe orientation din, guys, lalong-lalo na here for the Philippines. Yung kanyang positioning ng pipe niya is also, it can give you a peace of mind as well for yung mga flood situations. So, reliability, Japanese brand, that's what you're gonna be paying for on this bike. So, that's reason number 9. And then last reason why I love this ADV 160 is yung kanyang gas consumption. After 1 year, we are just at 2,000 kilometers odo, but so, ano kasi tayo, work from home eh. But every time I use this, yan, harabas talaga. Di tayo nagtitipid. And my city driving traffic conditions din mixed. So, overall, para sa akin, it's around, naglalaro yun siya, dumarating din siya sa around 50s kilometers per liter. But, I won't rely so much on that. Ito na lang yung sasabihin ko sa inyo, guys. During my 2,000 kilometer na PMS natin, inobserbaran ko kasi siya. So, 500, 1,000, 1,500 kilometers. During that time, guys, during my 1,500 kilometers, nakatatlong pagas lang ako. Nakatatlong punta lang ako sa gas station. And nung 2,000 na tayo, pang-apat ko pa lang na punta ng gas station, guys. That's no kidding, no joke. Apat na beses pa lang tayo so far nagpapa full tank ha. Full tank yun, guys, every time. So yun, we can say that sa sa isang full tank ni ADV 160, I was able to enjoy around 500 kilometers. So that's crazy gas consumption, right? But still, to be clear, iba-iba talaga ng conditions. It still depends in a lot of factors like your weight and conditions. But for me, minsan may OBR pa. So around that range, 45 kilometers per liter to 50 kilometers per liter is gonna be really something that you'll be really appreciating. So those are the top 10 reasons why I think you should buy the ADV 160. And now, I was thinking to making a different video, but isahan na lang tayo, guys. Dito ko na sasabihin din yung top 10 cons or yung common na rumors or what are the things that you might not like and what I personally don't like about the ADV 160. So simulan natin sa rumors. Yung number 1 daw na sinasabi nila is underpowered daw si ADV 160. But for me, guys, honestly, pumupunit din ng kalsada to. Sa experience ko kahit galing stoplight and then diretso harurot, I don't want to do that and I really discourage everyone to do that. But it can do it, especially there are like emergencies and all. So always safety driving, always be wise out there. But with the ADV 160, it can really perform what I need about this bike. Lalo na yung torque, okay sa akin yung torque niya. And then, yung initial lang talaga niya na torque, yun, bibigyan niya kagad sa'yo. So, in terms naman sa dulo, pagka nakarating na kasi ako at certain speed, is okay na ako sa chill ride, guys. And as long as di naman nagmamadali. And nung mga nagmamadali din ako ng mga moments, when I was in a hurry, okay naman para sa akin. So, yun, in terms of the power, no problem para sa akin. Kahit pangat, kahit uphill, we've done that a lot of times and you'll be okay with this. Next, sinasabi nila, noisy yung kanyang engine. Para sa akin, totoo. Yun yung isa sa mga almost na deal breaker, actually number 1 na con dito or na ayaw ko talaga kay ADV 160 yung kanyang engine. Almost the reason why I did not choose this. Diyan nahihingay lang talaga ako. But that's a subjective thing. And to be honest with you guys, after 1 year din naman na ownership, if you're the one riding it, hindi naman talaga siya ganong kaingay. And it's just something that if from the outside lang talaga, yun, mapapansin mo. But pag nakasakay ka na, ginagamit mo na siya, long rides, I think that it won't be a very big factor, honestly. So, I got to fall in love with it with regards kahit yung con na yan. So, next is yung kanyang vibration then, guys. I mentioned this with my review, but after 1 year, just to confirm, you can live with it, guys. Around 5,000 RPM, you'll feel it. And lalong-lalo na pagka nagko-cold start or nagsistart tayo in the morning. But Aside from that, with pag nagda-drive na kayo, masasanay rin kayo guys. And hindi na siya magiging ganun ka deal breaker like I imagined. I was afraid also about the vibration, but siguro nag-gloves yan talaga ako pagka daytime, and then pag nighttime naman nagda-drive tayo, okay lang din kahit yan may angkas and all, handling, vibration. It's not gonna be too much of a deal breaker in my opinion. So yun, na debunk and na confirm na rin natin yung some of the chismes or rumors about the ADV 160. Now I want to proceed with the things that I personally don't like about this unit that I have. Number one, I mentioned this before, wala siyang TFT panel. So now it was solved by Honda, dumating na nga yung RoadSync, unfortunately nakakuha na tayo, but yeah, I would really love that TFT panel. And if there's an option to upgrade, or pag may nagbenta nun or may mga gumagawa, I'll definitely consider spending money for that. So that's just for me. I just wanted kung sana all black na lang talaga yung nakikita sa screen or all white. So yun yung para sa akin yung display. But overall, you can live with it. And then next, ito medyo big deal to ngayon kasi until now, the ADV 160 still doesn't have a handbrake or parking brake dito sa left side. Other scooters have that, and I think that's also it's gonna be an important safety feature din sana if it had that feature. So at least I informed you about that. Number 3 is yung kanyang under seat storage, guys. As much as it's very spacious, it actually heats up. So if you have gadgets or food, dessert na ayaw nyo maging, compare na lang kung ulam yan, you want it to be hot, then if not, wag nyo pong, or be mindful na lang siguro pag ilalagay nyo siya sa under seat storage ni ADV 160. Yan, umiinat talaga siya. So it also helps lagyan yung nirecommend natin na luxury premium under seat cover. Yan. So that's the solution for that. Number 4 reason that I don't, or what I don't like about the ADV 160 is yung kanyang slippery tire siya pagka galing sa kasa. But after 1 year, you can live with it naman, okay naman siya. Slippery siya nung after I went home, nag-ikot-ikot ako ng konti, and then may mga road markings yan. Careful kayo dyan because yung tires natin pagkalabas ng kasa, medyo overinflated kasi yan. So, bawasan nyo ng konti. And then, yan, para safety talaga, confirmation. And because of that, in line with yung experience natin, muntik na tayong madulas, nagpunta tayo ng gas station, and then, yung isa sa mga con niya is yung kanyang lagayan ng, yung kanyang tire valve. So, it would be great if you can find yung may pa 90 degree, but if you can't, yung medyo sometimes pa straight yung mga inflator ng mga gas station. So buy one of those 90 degrees tire valve adapter. So yan yung isa sa mga warning natin sa inyo. The fifth thing that I didn't like about my unit is wala siyang passing light. But again, na-solve na yan with the ADV 160 Honda RoadSync. So, okay na yun. Go for that higher variant. Don't go for the standard or the version 1 if you want the passing lights. Next is yung kanyang horn. A little bit lang, nasabi ko na appreciate ko siya. But, I didn't like it at first nung I was adjusting pa galing sa Yamaha because may mga times na napipindot ko siya accidentally. Yan, sorry na lang tayo sa mga paligid natin. No? Just a heads up sa mga hindi galing sa Honda. No? So yun, mapapaano talaga tayo. Accidental na kalampag sa lugar natin. So I think it was inspired also by like the other big bikes. And then my brother told me ganon talaga pala yung design kasi sa Japan they discourage the usage of horns. So yun, just a konting trivia lang. So about the horn. And still in line with no passing lights, wala siyang HSTC easy access, which again, meron na yan sa ADV RoadSync, yung quick access to turn on or off yung kanyang traction control. Because with this version 1 and the standard, kailangan mo pang pindutin yung sa gitna dyan sa ating toggle switch. And if that's important to you, go for the RoadSync. Siguro, second to the last thing that I don't like about this unit is wala siyang hooks available or mga nakaabang gaya nung sa NMAX and Aerox na pwedeng lagyan ng aftermarket hooks. Wala po siya nun. You'll have to buy something na medyo nakakalawit siya, and I have that I bought one and I'm gonna be sharing it with you soon, guys. So yun, minor lang na con, wala siyang hook para sa mga pamalengke natin. And then next is, last but not the least, I think this is gonna be important for some people, is wala siyang kickstart. So yun, sayang yun. It would have been great to have, lalong-lalo na for emergency situations or na-drain yung battery natin. So I guess yun lang naman yung mga major na what I don't like and what I would warn you about, guys. Siguro may mga minor lang, like yung nakakalawit yung signal lights niya, medyo dangerous yun pag natumba, mahal. And then lastly, yung ano rin, I wish that the sharper sana yung kanyang rear end design para medyo mas sporty siya. Sana nilagay na lang itong wider sa light. Yung pagka-X niya, don't get me wrong, I appreciate it, but maybe mas bagay siya sa bigger or like the X ADV. Mas bagay siguro yun, di ba? What do you think? So yun lang naman, guys, I think, for the pros and cons na napansin ko dito kay ADV 160. So yeah, I guess that would be all for this video. I guess I was able to share everything that I really feel about this Honda ADV 160. So far, I really love this. Really love this bike, guys. Very highly recommended. Perfect daily scooter for me, especially again with the ride quality, suspension. So if you found this video helpful, consider to click the thumbs up button, subscribe, and share. Comment your thoughts down below. This has been Ronnie with Project Gentleman, reminding you that those who seek God first are the ones who truly win in life. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you on the next videos.